yellower now than it was, and that'll be changing dramatically in the next couple minutes. You notice the chaff is starting to liberate from the beans, and most of the chaff is going to get sucked out. The exhaust, we will be figuring out some other details on it as we need later. But there's a perforated drum, and so a lot of the chaff falls down through. You don't know until it all falls down through. Some come out the exhaust pipe, and I can already see some in. See, there's some smoke there already. So there's a good chance we'll attach an external cyclone to this. And now as we're starting to be in coffee roasting heaven, 5 minutes, they're turning yellow. You start to see the color difference. I could probably turn the flame down a little or increase the air. Once again, it's our first roast ever in this machine. And so we'll be learning together with you on this video. As they say, professionals only, do not attempt this at home.
This is the first roast ever on this machine since it was built. This machine was never actually used as a real coffee roaster, only for display purposes, whole life.
And just to show you, we have this contingency bucket of water here just in case we get thirsty while we're roasting, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. It has been 6 glorious minutes, which is awesome since this roaster sat for 100 years before being fired. So this is the official launch of, you know, what was that thing called? Mercury 1. We have basically liftoff now. You can see the beans are that beautiful peanut turned into a rusty peanut color. In other words, they're about 320 degrees after 6.5 minutes. We have plenty of heat and we size their burner properly. And just as a side note, there's no scorching. I could tell you which green coffee we have in there, but then I'd have to shoot you, so it's our private home roast.
You already told them it was Kenyan, Victor.
I didn't tell you which Kenya, Michael.
Green apple or plum?
Okay, so now it's been 7 minutes. You see we have good bean development and uniform roasting, good velocity on the flame. If you notice the burner gas gauge now is up to 4.5 inches of water. In other words, sometime while Michael was back at the other end of the roaster, I was playing with the gas valve. So I turned it up, and I will be turning it down after a while. But alternately, we could play with this damper setting. If you like on an L12, you could do the same thing. So once again, nice bean development. The beans are generally, I'd say, probably about 360 right now. They're in the endotherm. I'm going to turn the flame down just a little, because at this point, with a perforated drum, we want to reduce the size of the flame so it doesn't, you know, weep through the drum too severely. This is a very cool roaster, and it's been 8 minutes. We have a couple beans cracking, but they might be 100-year-old beans that were left in there by AJ Deere, we don't know. Okay, so now the beans are about 390, and we're right in first crack. So my technique for that is to go about 15 seconds in a first crack at full velocity, and then feather it backwards as the beans lose their moisture. So we'll just keep an eye on the front door here for a while. Very nice, tight crack, uniform development, no scorching. We're going to drink this for breakfast tomorrow, I pretty much guarantee that. I'm going to lower this though from 3 to 2 now, just well, approximately 2. We want to maintain velocity, but we don't want to, we want the exotherm to be controllable, not crazy. So beans right now are probably about 402, cracking nicely. You can tell it's a super high grown coffee. You can see the roaster has good exhaust because when we tweak it, there's no smoke coming out of here at all. Turn the flame down a little bit more now because I can hear the velocity. The beans start roasting with good momentum. And we like our breakfast coffee to be, you know, city, somewhere between city and full city. These beans right now are probably 415. I'm going to lower the flame so we have plenty of velocity. So we have a pretty low flame setting, not the lowest, but low enough. I want to keep the popping sound. We're getting pretty much to where I want to drink this coffee. About 5 seconds, I'm going to dump them out. I'm going to bring this to the cooler position. Wait about, I'd say 5 more seconds. I can turn the gas off. We don't need it, I can tell. We're ready to drop these babies. This is a low-tech roaster. You'd stir it yourself, which is fine, 5 pounds or less. I'm sure we could do half a pound in this, or a pound or 2 pounds or whatever we want, so we're good there. Boy, that sounds just like shutting a Mercedes. I love that clunk. Pretty uniform roast. I see a couple of scorched beans, which might mean I just had the flame too high at one point. Let them cool. I'm going to just agitate a little bit. Well, this is a beautiful first roast for a machine that sat idle for 100 years in a picture window somewhere. One way to tell if they're cooling is that we don't have smoke in our face, so there's definitely plenty of suction from the fan, and a little bit of agitation is just fine. We could already be throwing our next batch in if we wanted to, but I suppose in the beginning I'd recommend you just mainly cool it before you put another batch. The other thing you could do is hook up an auxiliary fan just to provide suction here if you wanted to.